Hey guys, it's Cab Over Gary back here. I'm out here with my backhoe. So, cab over content's been a little slow, I know, but I'm getting the shop going and I need to get my equipment going. So, I got a lot to do to this backhoe today. I needed to clear some land out of my property. So, let's go over what we're going to do. So, as you can see here, this hydraulic cylinder is leaking really bad. So, I have the seals for it. I need to do this cylinder, and then I need to start looking at addressing these hoses. They're all too long, like they were replaced with too long ones. Those ones might be the right size, but these ones are definitely long. And a lot of them are in pretty bad shape. Another thing I got is I got a battery shutoff for the battery. So when I'm not using it, I could turn the battery off so I don't have to worry about the battery getting drained. I have some sealant that's going in all the tires. I have an hour meter that needs to go on. I have teeth that need to go on here, and I don't think I have the right thing looking at that. Maybe. We'll have to take a look and see. And then the big thing that we have is, back of my truck's a mess, but we have a new radiator. The radiator in this one has a hole in it, so got to change the radiator out. Also going to do all filters and fluids. I'm not going to change all the hydraulic fluid just because of cost. But whatever leaks out, I'm going to replace with the Lucas stuff and grease it all up, and we should be good to go. I need to start it up and lift the boom up so I got more working room to get that radiator out. That's going to be one of the first things that we do. So let me get you guys set up. Man, what a beautiful day today. Alright. Let's see if this old girl will start up. Alright, I put the downriggers down because it doesn't have a working parking brake at the moment. So I want a little bit of safety. I'm going to open the hood up. You got to flip this part open first. And there's this little deal. Kind of rigs it up so it doesn't fall. And then safety's in. There we go. Let me show you this damage to this radiator here. I did pressure wash this backhoe a little bit ago, and it looks like it has a reman block. That's the only thing I could figure with the block being that color and the rest of the motor being yellow, all the add-on stuff. But if you look right down there, I don't know if I could get you. Right there is where the hole is in that radiator. So I need to pull it. I got a new one. It's not a factory one. I went a little bit cheap on it. But hopefully it'll do its job for this. And yeah, let's get to going. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is put the teeth on because I want to make sure that I got the right part for that. So these are what I have here. I have 2 of these teeth and 2 of these teeth. I think I'm going to put these 2 on the outer and then 1 of these in the inner. And this is the pins I bought that are supposed to be for this. And what these do is this slides on and then you pound this pin in. I need to look up and see if these need to go towards the front or the back. I think they need to go like this, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to look that up. Okay guys, so as far as the internet says, the little thingies go towards the back, the little expanded part. So we're gonna go ahead and see what happens here. I think this is the right way to do it with the more aggressive teeth on the outside. But I could be wrong, and I'd like to hear in the comments. I do have spare deals if I need to. But more or less, I just wanted to protect what was there. So well, that is pretty easy. I wasn't expecting that to go that well. I gotta dig out the holes of the other ones. So I think the outer two were fixed at one time and welded a new end on it, and the inner one's a little bit on the worn side. So we might lose the inner tooth, but we'll have what we have. Yeah, this one's a little loose too. I'm worried that that's probably going to break off. We'll give it a shot and see. It's better to protect what we have than not to. And I'll look for a solution on this, a long-term solution. That middle one's really loose. I'm pretty worried about that. I'm pretty sure it's just going to break that pin when we start digging. So I'm going to start researching that. Another thing we got to do is this thing had a thumb on it, a hydraulic thumb, and I have it. But the problem is that's really sketchy how that's put on, and the cylinder is bent. So I can't find a reasonably priced cylinder that I could afford to do at the moment. So I think my plan is to put the regular bucket back on. We're going to do that after we do the radiator, but I got a different pin and I got all the shims and stuff to do that. I think the next thing, the most important thing that probably needs to happen is the radiator. So that's going to be the next thing that happens. So yeah. And then after that, all the other stuff is about equal importance. I would really like to get that cylinder sealed up. That's probably the least looking forward to thing on the whole tractor I have to do. But we'll get it done. Okay guys, so I pulled off this, which went there to there, so I could pull the radiator out. I also drained it. There wasn't a whole lot of fluid left in it. I think my next step is I'm gonna take this shroud loose so I could lay it back and get better access to the front of the fan, because I'm gonna have to pull the front of the fan as well. So I'm gonna set you guys up right about there. Just zip all these off. I was surprised how cheap I was able to get a radiator. I think the radiator was under 200 bucks. Now it's not, it's an aluminum radiator, which I didn't really want to do, but I didn't really have the budget to do a factory, and it's hard to find someone. As you guys know with the cab overs, I had bad luck when I had one record, so I didn't want to go through all that again. So bought one off of Amazon actually. Couldn't believe Amazon had the radiators that fit this in stock. So this one is, well, this one might be aluminum as well. It's the tanks are looking aluminum. When we get it out, we'll have to take a look, but this might be an aluminum radiator as well, so it'll be very similar to what's going in it. I should have got a fan belt when I was doing this, but I forgot. I'm going to be kicking myself down the road when this fan belt goes, and I need to change it because you got to pull a lot of things to do it. I might pull it off and run over to the store and see about getting one, because I think I'm most of the way there. All right. Gonna lay this top hose back so the front of the fan will be completely exposed. Yeah, this is an aluminum radiator, so I guess it's what these had. That'll work. Let me grab a... You know, I don't think I have to take the front off. I think I could get it out without it looking at it. It's good because it was tighter than I was expecting. Let me, looks like there's just 2 top clamps and this one hose to take off, and I think it'll come out. It'd be crazy if this is all that holds these in. No. It looks like it's attached at the bottom too. I'm going to pull the other radiator out. I'll bring you over to show you. I did a quick spray paint job on it. I don't see anything mounted on the bottom. Maybe right here. And as always, guys, everything I use in here, I'll put a link in the description too. So if you guys happen to have a 580 backhoe, you see what I used and decide if it's for you or not. It's a pretty nice radiator for how cheap it was. But I'm going to pause you guys and take a look. I think there's some mounting bolts up here. Well guys, I thought I was screwed for a second. I thought I had the wrong radiator until I realized there's a heat exchanger on the front of it that's bolted to the front of the radiator. That is how it mounts. I can't really get you in there, but when it comes out, I'll show you how this all works. Okay guys, so I got the radiator out. It was just screwed to this heat exchanger, which I'm sure is for hydraulics. Decide while I'm in here that I'm going to pull the fan belt because it's literally 3 bolts right there, and I could have a new belt on there. I'll just run over. Hopefully the auto parts store has one. But it's a little bit more involved because it's tight in there getting everything in and out, but pretty easy to do. The back side of this was full of crap, so probably a good thing. That's probably going to cause a problem down the line. So, yeah, looks like we're still good to go. Oh, and I also broke a hose that goes to the overflow tank. It was just rotten, so I'll have to pick up one of them too. But, yeah, I'm going to buzz this fan off and buzz that. It'll be hard to get you in there, but I'll try. Alright. Hopefully the impact will take these off. I'm doing this just so when I put the new radiator in, I won't damage it. That is a hefty fan for a fan. That all could stay in place. Now I'm just going to loosen those, get them out of there. Not much fits in here. I'm hoping that this coupler will just slide forward and give me enough room to get the belt out. It looks like that's how it's designed. We are going to find out. There's no way to fit anything but a box and wrench in here. I wish I had my pressure washer here too. This could use a good rinse out. It's going to be tight to get everything done today. I think I'll get mostly everything done, but not all of it. I am taking on one more project though. Wasn't planning on doing this belt. This one's gonna suck. It'd be nice if I had a bar over tool. I'm gonna have to. The engine's gonna need turned over. Let's see if I could bump it to move it. I got one at the top, so I guess I just need to keep doing that. Well, I guess my mic died here, but this is one of the last bolts here. And once I get this undone, I go grab a brake cleaner to pry the pump back, and then I can fish the belt in between that. Hey guys, we're making some progress. I got the belt ordered. I didn't have it. It's supposed to be here at 3:15 today. It's about 1 o'clock now, or noon now, so that's going to take a little time, but we got plenty to do still. So I'm debating if I'm going to put the radiator in, because it could go in and the belt could go in after. So I think that's what my plan is going to be. And then I'm going to try to button that all up. And then when the fan comes in, do that. And we'll move on from there. Alright, let's grab this new radiator. Nice having nice new shiny stuff going back in. Alright. Okay. I'm going to have to turn you guys off. I'm going to have to do the bolts on the front. Which, to do that, I'm going to be right in your guys' way. Well, I missed filming that. But that is the fuel shut off where it's leaking out of. It goes up underneath behind this bolt here. And it's just a wire attaches to it. The new one's a little different. So this is the new one. So it has a deal you thread on instead of a screw that goes in. So I went and got some nuts for that. And I forgot to film taking it out, but yeah, same deal. These stick in. This one's held down by this cap right now. But yeah, I'm gonna put that in. Pretty easy deal. Put a little lube on the O-ring when it goes in, and that should fix the fuel leak that I was having, I hope. I'm not as far as I wanted to be today, but that happens. We're making it though. I lost a couple bolts, so I had to go get bolts. But I needed to get this shut off anyways, so it worked out. And got the little nut. See if I could get one of these out with these gloves. There we go, just what I wanted. So I'm gonna put one on the bottom. Let's see. That will work. Alright. Now, see if we could get a little fuel out of this filter. There we go. I just opened up the water drain on the filter just to get a little bit of lube on this. And then let's get it back up here. Okay guys, so here I am getting kind of frustrated. I can't get the new one to thread into the spot. I tried the old one goes in and out of it no problem. The new one doesn't. The threads look fine. So I try. And then finally I do get it to go in. So it's pretty frustrating. But you'll see it's not the last time we visit this fuel sending unit. Well, I turned it off for a little bit because I was getting frustrated with threading it in. I got it finally. It just didn't feel right the whole time, but it's in there now. I just need to tighten it up. Alright, so that's tight. Gotta put the little nut on it now. Might need to take the gloves off for this. Yeah. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna grab a little wrench and tighten that up. Let's see. This bracket goes in here. So yeah. Looks all good. Now I gotta put the bracket back in. Just stabilizes the pump. Or a support, I guess I should say. This bolt goes there. This one here. This one here. That's a 10 millimeter, should be. Can't wait to work on the back or the cab over again. It's gonna get put back together enough for me to drive it out to the land, so there'll be a video on that in the future. But we're probably 3 months out from regular videos on it. Maybe even a little longer. But in the end, with me having a shop, I'll be able to bring you guys better content on it. So I am excited about that. Excited that I'll have a place that I can like put the truck up on jack stands and really get into it. Everything just sinks out here if I try to put it on jack stands. So. And working out in the elements all the time. Like, I'm going to be sunburned tonight, but that's part of it. I mean, I enjoy working on it even out in a field, but I just feel like the quality of what could be done will be better in a shop. Alright. So, fuel leak, hopefully taken care of. I can't test it until get the radiator all back in. Radiator's in, waiting for the fan belt so I could put everything back together here. And then we'll have radiator, fan belt, fuel pump fixed. I think right now I'm gonna start doing filters, drain the oil and do the fuel filter. So let's move the tools to the truck for now, or to the step at least. Okay guys, so I've been liking Baldwin filters. I don't know what you guys think of them, but they've always been my favorite, or have become my favorite, I guess I should say. I used to use only wicks, which I like wicks, but Baldwins seem to be pretty good filters. And also, it happens to be the same filter that my truck takes, so it'd be nice. I don't have to stock as many filters. Actually, that's not gonna work. Son of a gun. The cross-reference to this filter is not right. So I'll have to pick up a filter when I go get the rest of this stuff. I guess I'm gonna swap out this one on my truck since I got a new filter. So curious guys, what do you guys think of these boxes? I really don't mind them too bad. They got a spout on them so you can turn them on and off, which is kind of neat. This thing takes 2.9 gallons and this is 3 gallons, so it's kind of a good size for this. Yeah, just let it drain in. I put a Baldwin filter on it, I drained the oil, and put the plug back in. Now I'm just filling it back up. The final thing won't be until tomorrow because I gotta fill the radiator. I'm waiting on that belt, so I'll have to check oil level after I get it started. Well guys, it's a new morning. So I was waiting on that belt and it ended up getting kind of late and I was kind of done for the day. So this is a couple days later. I actually took a day off of work to finish this backhoe up. And let me show you what we got left. So what we got left is we got the pin that we got to put in, the seal, the belt, the filter, and a shutoff. So everything but this I'm okay with. This is gonna be if the day goes good or not. Hopefully it will go right and be quick and easy, but we'll see. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the fuel filter on just so it's closed back up, and then I'll do the belt, and then I'll probably start it from there and do the pin, and then I'll probably do, I don't know, I'll do it in some order. You guys will see. So I pre-fill all my filters. This one I am actually going to pre-fill with ATF because I had some laying around, and ATF works pretty good as an injector cleaner, so we're going to go that route on this one. As I drop the O-ring, pick it up with a bunch of dirt, we're all good. Get the old O-ring off. Always make sure that you don't double stack them. Is the worst thing. I'm gonna need a pick or something. There we go. Got some diesel fuel on my finger. O-ring, new O-ring on. Make sure it's all the way up and laying flat. Okay, now my recommendation, if you do use ATF, make sure it's not a synthetic ATF. And then I pour in the outside of the filter and let it filter through it. Takes a little bit longer, but I think that kills everybody's argument about pre-filling filters, because it is actually getting filtered. I'll be back. I gotta get some more ATF. I got a whole bunch of half things. Okay, and I don't know about using ATF on a newer motor. This is all mechanically injected. I think on a common rail it might not be a good idea. But this little girl, it won't care. Not working for me today. Yeah, I can't see it. Okay, so you just screw this on long-winded threads. When it gets tight, I'm wiping the crap I dripped on it off, and then you want to just tighten it by hand. Alright, so that's all changed out. Next thing is going to be the fan belt. Alright, got the fan belt. And this is a Gates I use. And I'll put all this in the description too. case you guys have one of these you're working on. But gotta fish it through where the hydraulic pump goes in. Alright. Under the tensioner. Okay, I gotta go to the other side. I'm gonna grab my big wrench to put on the tensioner. Okay. So, through here. So I'm down on making sure that I'm centered on all the pulleys. So I'm looking good. This is the tensioner. I need to stretch it over here. So I'm gonna put this guy in the hole that they provide. Pull it back. And then try to center it in everything. While this is apart, you also want to spin all the bearings, make sure everything feels good. But yeah, that belt fit good. And now we got a new belt, new filters, new fluids. I got to tighten the hydraulic pump onto here. That'll be what I do now. So this guy slides on this spline shaft. Might need a little persuasion. Or a lot of persuasion. And that slid off pretty easy. Now it's... see if I can wiggle it forward. I see I dropped a bolt down there too I need to get. Huh. I'm gonna grab another pry bar. Put one on each side of it so we're prying more equal. And then that moved it. There we go. I'm gonna grab a magnet to grab that bolt I dropped. Okay. Now, we just gotta put a bolt in and line it up with the hole. Well guys, here we're at. Unfortunately I broke my mic already, but this is all back in. This is all tightened. The pump down there, that was the last thing you saw me do. This is just all put back together. Radiator's topped off, cap is loose because it's all new fluid. There's 4 gallons I put in it. This calls for 4.5 complete system, so it might burp, or there might have been a half gallon in the passages and stuff still. I checked the oil, so I think the only thing left to do is fire this thing up, let it run a bit, and check the fluids again. It's just getting, since I changed the fuel filter, it's got to get fuel everywhere. So it did one fire, but that's probably what was in the lines. So we just got to get it bled up. Give the starter 30 seconds or so. Alright, let's try again.
Okay guys, so it does this when it starts and dies for quite a while. And as you'll see up ahead here is why.
So guys, what I think I've come to the realization is I replace this, and I think it's bad, the new one, or not right, because I think that's what's holding it from starting. I cracked the injector lines, no fuel's coming out, so to me that says that something's stopping it, and this was changed, so I have a feeling this is what did it. So I'm going to swap it back and see if anything happens. Alright, so I changed that fuel solenoid back out to the old one. I think that was keeping fuel from getting here. I loosened the injector line, so you guys tell me when you start seeing fuel come out of there. I think I'm going to have to change the pump though, it looks like it's leaking. Any fuel yet? Oh yeah, we got fuel. Alright, now we just gotta tighten them up. I hate when I buy a part that doesn't work, but this old equipment is like that sometimes. There's been so many updates on it and stuff like that, that stuff might not be compatible anymore, and then, well, the crap you can get for it is Chinese junk, which not saying that China doesn't make some good stuff, but they make a lot of bad stuff. So I'm just snugging these back down, and this should start right up. Now we will see. It's probably gonna smoke a little bit at first because it's gonna run off a lot of ATF, so don't be alarmed at that. But that should also help clean up these injectors. All right, I'll set you guys over here so you guys can watch. That bucket was on its last leg anyways. But anyways, I'm gonna move it over there in the shade. I don't know if you guys could, yeah, you guys saw it all. So, I'm gonna move over there. Okay, the next order of business is to change out this pin. I don't know the best way to go about this. I know it's got to be released enough I could pound it out, pound it in. I think this is going to be a learning experience for me. And hopefully not too embarrassing, but maybe we'll make some good content. I think I need to curl the bucket and set the bucket flat on the ground and then try to get it in a neutral spot. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so this bolt is too chewed up to get out of there, so I'm just going to cut it off.
So this all went pretty well, that bolt cut off, and then the pin was loose enough that I just chased the pin that was in it with the pin that needs to go in it, and it just went right through. I was kind of surprised. I did realize I should have put the washers and shims on the end of that one. I was putting them in between as I was going, but I forgot to put it on the end that was mushroom from hammering, so I'm going to have to go back and grind the end of it smooth enough so I could slip it on from the other side.
So the pin's in, but that bushing's out a little bit, so I gotta pound that bushing in. That ought to be some fun, but I think that's gonna be pretty good. It looks like I need those washer things everywhere on this, but starting somewhere, right? So, I'm gonna see what I got to pound that in. Okay, so this pin's in. I had to grind this end down to get it to slide over from it mushrooming. But I got shims in there, and yeah, it's tight. I don't know if those shims are designed to last like that or what, but yeah, we got that. This one's like, you can see the gap there. So I might do something, oops, you can see the gap here. So I might address them at a later date, and this one, yeah, that one's got some play as well. I don't know how much play is supposed to be in them. If you guys know, let me know in the comments. Like, I see gaps here. You know, this is an old machine. It probably needs a lot of pin work, but yeah. I do want to take this off if I can, but it's all welded on and I ain't dealing with that today. They did that wrong, and that thumb is in bad shape, so I don't think I'll use it at all. But yeah, so now there's two cylinders that leak on this one here, which isn't too bad, and then the one up front, which I'm gonna address, that is really bad. So that's the last major thing to do on it. After that is just hooking up the battery disconnect, and then I'm gonna start as time goes replacing hoses here and there, just because they're all kind of bad shape, and also a lot of them seem like way too long for some reason. So work on getting that. But this is the cylinder. As you can see how wet it is, this cylinder needs attention. So that's going to be the next project. Yay! Oh shoot, guys. I guess it wasn't recording for the last 20 minutes. But I got the cylinder apart. I pulled out all the old seals, got new seals in it. I'm about to put it back together. So I guess we'll go from here. Okay, so we got all new seals put in. It's all wiped down. So I need to get some lube in here. I just smeared some hydraulic oil. Now make sure you put this on the right way. I've done that once. And then you just easily making sure that you get all the lips to go the right way on the seals. There we go. That guy's on. Now we gotta get this one on. This will just thread on to the bottom. Cylinders are really pretty easy. They're just messy. I put it off too long doing this one. These nuts always seem to be so tight on these. I'm not actually sure the torque spec. I just hit it with a 1/2-inch gun. So I just put it in with the pin. And then gotta get this snug down. That's good and tight.
I'm using a piston ring compressor here to compress those seals into the body enough to slide into the housing of the cylinder.
I think we're gonna see. Can't get it much tighter than that. See what that does. Okay. Now let's see if this will work. I did it once more and it went right in, so I just didn't have the compressor thing tight enough. I need to put the gland nut in. It's got some. It's sealing up, I can tell you that. Alright. Now we just gotta tighten this up. If you're worried about marks and this is not the way to do it, you could use the tool I'll finish tightening it with, but this I think is the fastest, easiest. This is that screw I was talking about, right there. It goes in between the two and just locks them together so I can't unscrew. So that cylinder's all rebuilt. I need to attach the link arm back up, and then I'll have to suck this in with the tractor. Alright, this is heavy. We're gonna clear that cylinder. Oh shoot. There we go. I gotta do something, guys. I might have made something difficult on myself. I gotta get this to suck back. I'm gonna do with that ratchet straight. do it like so. Maybe. I think this will work here. Okay, I think that will allow this to clear. Not quite yet. There we go. Now I gotta line that up, which I gotta let it down a little bit, and then I can move it back with the ratchet. I gotta move it back now. Still gotta come back. I think that'll go. It's going, sorry. There, we're through. Just gotta put the clip back on it. And that one's all said and done. Oh man, I should have brought some snap ring pliers. I don't have any snap ring pliers out here. I've been using, for some reason I have piston ring pliers. I have these guys for spreading piston rings, but they actually worked pretty good. Just gotta get them seated down there real good. Oops. That's not gonna work this time. I'm gonna have to mess with it. Okay, now guys, I'm gonna start it and I'm gonna try to get that cylinder to retract. So it's gonna take a little bit of time. Well guys, back is all up and going again, so I'm happy about that. I'm not a good operator, so you guys can correct me in the comments, but I'm learning. And I know this is a different type of video. Hope you guys like it. I got another one coming up on a forklift that I'm redoing. It's all getting ready for the shop that I'm building. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.